Hello and good evening, everyone. This is Jibril Fati presenting. Today I'm here with Omar Sise in conducting an interview in this snowy north of Sweden. Today I'm very happy to have Omar in my studio, and Omar is going to introduce himself. Then from there, more questions will follow. Omar, thank you for joining me in the G Voice studio.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure to be on your platform, but to catch up with you in general. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for those compliments. And today, where we're going to start from is through your childhood. We want to explore more, but before that, I want you to briefly tell me who is Omar Sise.
I think that's a lot of the time very uncomfortable for me because it's difficult to just pick it up. What should I tell people who I am? But maybe to make it short, I am Omar, as he rightly said, um, a registered nurse, a health communication professional, a content creator, a health economist, and so many more. Yeah.
Yes, today we will not be that professional. We just ought to be more formal. It's going to be an informal chat. So we will explore from childhood. How was it like for you, and where are you from in Gambia, which part of the country, and the transition towards your primary, junior, and high, and up to the university. And probably at the last part of the conversation, we will talk about your life in Sweden and your experiences. Yes, so where are you from actually in Gambia?
Yes. I am from URR, Upper River Region, Damfakunda to be specific. That's where I was born. Started schooling there, and obviously later moved to the urban Gambia, where I did junior school in Banjulunding Upper Basic School. Obviously there I was an assistant head boy, a time that was memorable for me. I had so much fun moments doing that. So from Gambia High School, obviously I moved to Gambia Senior Secondary School, Gambia High. If you are from Gambia High, let's gather in the comment section. So Gambia Senior Secondary School, and I studied Science 1. And there too, I was a head boy. I had represented the school in so many occasions. And I think one of my most memorable moments in Gambia High was when I won a Trust Bank quiz competition. I won a trophy, and I think, if I can remember rightly, 25,000 for the school.
Wow.
And then I was given some money out of that, and that was really fun. I mean, being in high school and having some money from the things that you do, and then I had a trophy. I was escorted all the way to my house, so it was a proud moment, but a very important tax as well. So then to University of the Gambia, where I met Jibril. So from UTG, obviously worked at Bundu Maternal and Child Health Hospital, and part-time with Innovarex Global Health, ran some businesses on the side. A lot of you already know that we are doing Jibomas, so we are still coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jibomas, and Catch Them Young, obviously a non-profit organization I co-founded, and we are still doing the important work. Even today, they have done the speaker series, so extremely proud of the team. So it's a lot of things, and I don't think I can say everything. So this is it.
Absolutely, and I'm very proud of those moments that you had through your education journey. And but I would love to explore more during your childhood moments, and it's good to reflect on the memory lane. What was it like for you during your childhood in rural Gambia? What were the things you love doing most, or what are your fond memories of the rural Gambia?
I think my childhood was not very conventional, and I say that because my elder brother actually traveled really early, and then I had to assume his role as the firstborn, and a lot of the time I have to, help my mom take care of my younger siblings because everyone else was after me. So a lot of the time I don't have the privilege of playing a lot because there's always a responsibility to do after school for my mom, taking care of the kids, and also helping her to, I mean, I think she had a garden,
Okay.
so helping her there, also helping her to sell some of the produces from the garden. So it was not so much conventional, but also because my dad, shout out to my dad. He's amazing. My dad actually figured out when I was really young that I'm this individual that is going to do well in school. So he made sure that everything that I'm doing, education was the priority. So what a lot of kids will go away with when they do, I don't easily go away with that because my dad will always remind me that you need to go to school, you need to do well. You need to study and all of that. So I had the freedom to play, but I didn't play that much because there's always something
It
to do
was
for me.
limited for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to know your early days in the rural Gambia. That was not a typical Gambian rural person. Yeah, I quite understand, but everyone has his journey. And if you are tuning now, this is the Youth Voices, and I am Jibril presenting with Omar Sise. So follow us. And yes, what was the transition like when you first came to urban Gambia to continue your schooling? What were the fun, and was there any surprise coming to the urban Gambia?
It wasn't a lot of surprises because, like I said, I grew up in URR, Basse Damfakunda, and Damfakunda and Basse are quite close. So growing up, we had the opportunity to see a lot of social amenities, and we also grew up. I think in a household where we had the opportunity to, we met our parents acquire a lot of things, or they acquired in along the way. So moving to rural Gambia, there was not urban Gambia rather. There was not a lot of soccer for me because I'm a lot of the things or some of the things that I'm used to, I've already met that those were big deals to some other people when I moved to urban Gambia. I think one of the things that really shocked me was the fact that back in the rural Gambia, a lot of people say that kids in the urban areas are brighter. So we grew up believing that we are inadequate, we are not as smart as other kids and all of that. So moving to urban Gambia and started schooling there, and I think when the first term exam results were released, I think I was part of the first three best students also. So that gave me another sort of orientation to see that I think we are enough, and I think we are competitive, and I also think that maybe a lot of us have been told the wrong story about who we are and all of that. So I think that was the soccer, but other than that, not so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Since this is a global platform, and for those who might not understand, yes, previous long time ago, once upon a time, there is a big difference between rural and urban Gambia. But I think now the gap has really closed. There are certain privileges you don't have when you are in rural Gambia. So yeah. So in case you don't know, catch us up.
Sorry, Jibril. I think to add on to that, I don't want to downplay anyone's experiences.
Yeah.
Of not really having adequate where you live.
Okay.
Because also I want the viewers to understand that in the community where I grew up, the community has a lot of people that live outside of Gambia. So many households has certain ways, certain means of living a better life, even if even when they don't live in the urban areas. But I also understand that the educational or the schooling structure in the rural Gambia is extremely poor compared to that of the urban areas. I probably am one of those privileged few because my class teacher, shout out to Mr. Kamara, was really
Shout out to all teachers.
yeah, I mean, he was instrumental. He helped me, he gave me platform, he mentored me, he supported me. So maybe not so many children really have that. That's why earlier on I said that my growing up is not so conventional. So I might not be the perfect example of or perfect representation of how a rural child might look like or should look like. So I feel like putting that out there. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's well noted and received. Yes, and now you came into rural Gambia, which was not a complete surprise to you, and you went through your high school. Can you tell me what were your highs moments during your high school,
Okay,
or fond memories?
yes,
If
I think I need to say this.
Yes.
Before going to high school, I chose Nusrat. And then when the results were released, I had gotten the admission requirement to be in the morning shift. But they certainly said I can't be in the sciences because I think, if I remember well, when they put my maths and science together, it is supposed to be, I don't know, 6 or 7. I can't remember that part. But all I knew was they said I can't be in the sciences, so I can go to Commerce 1 or something like that. And then I always had a dream of being in the sciences. And then my brother, a guardian at the time, also felt that science is going to offer me broader opportunities. That later on in life, when whichever field I feel like branching into, at least I have the foundation to do so. So he contacted someone that he knows. I don't know how it happened. I was just there, and he told me that my results are going to be accepted in Gambia High because I've done well. I'll give that to myself. I've done
Yes,
well. So the
congrats.
result were accepted, and in fact, in on top of that, I would be given a scholarship to
Wow.
study the sciences. Not necessarily by the school though. My guardian knew an organization where he applied a scholarship for me from there, and then I've gotten the scholarship. So yes, and then high school was fun. You know, Gambia High, we are like the, let's say, the head boys and head girls of high school. Let me put it that way.
Wow.
Gambia High is where you can find all of the brilliant people. You can also find people that love to have good time. And in between, you can find others also that are in between that two category. So I met really amazing people who helped me. We helped each other, and then I worked really hard because I don't want to be outbid by my colleagues in Nusrat High School. You guys really motivated me. If you know back then, you know, so they motivated me. So I didn't want to be outperformed by them. So in order to ensure that that's not done, I have to work hard and I have to study really hard and I had to take additional classes also to ensure that I pass the grade 12 exams. And I think this hard work put me in the best 3 in the class all the time. I've never taken first in my class because my best friend, I don't know, he has a way around taking that first position from everyone. But sometimes second, sometimes third, but I've always been in the best 3 in the class until I graduated. But also I have, I think I do not have a passion for public speaking,
Yeah.
but I love to speak. And I think Gambia High gave me that opportunity through the drama club, through the debate society, where we go for competitions and all of that. I haven't really competed in debate for my school, but I have had the opportunity to receive those trainings. But I've also done a lot of acting, coordinate acting, write scripts for the peer health group to do, dramas on assembly, educate people about so many ills at the time: HIV, teenage pregnancy, bad effects of smoking. So Gambia High was fun, and I think to cap of the experience was when I was made the head boy. I mean, that gave me huge attention. It's a big school,
Yeah.
and everyone's eye were on me. And to some people, usually, I mean, not based on study, but some people had said that head boys let it get into their head and they don't perform at the WAS exams. And I don't want to be one of those numbers.
Yeah.
So it meant that I had to study extremely hard, but I also have to balance it with my role as head boy of the school. So
Yes.
thankfully, I had my 9 credits, which
Wow.
landed me to the University of the Gambia.
So,
And then so many
yes.
things happened after that.
Thank you very much. We will get there, but one thing I must clarify to put against you is that Nusrat is still the best school in the Gambia, and as you rightly heard from him, it's not easy to get admission to Nusrat, and because of how we are, how dedicated the school is, how committed they are, and how principled is that school is, because still is, it's not was. So I quite disagree with my friend here, but I know 100% that Gambia Senior Secondary School, which was still our competitor, they did well for Omar. I must say that, but Nusrat is still the best.
Well,
I must say that.
you write
So
it in the comment section.
Absolutely, absolutely.
If you are Team Gambia High, in the comment section.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think something that came up that was really, really important, and it did not only affect Omar. Most students, it affect them because of our education structure in Gambia. The system at the moment, maybe because of lack of resources or whatsoever, but we should have counselors in schools to guide the students of their career path. This is what we experience in most schools. At primary school, when you went to junior secondary school and went to high school, you should be able to have a feel of where you want to be. What are your passions? And there should be an appointed, either a sociologist or a psychologist or a trained counselor or a career counselor to help these students, to guide them which path they follow. I think similar things happened to me at Nusrat. When I first came in there, because of my maths at junior secondary school was not strong, I think I got a pass, and they said I had to go to commerce 1. And for all intents and purposes, that was not my interest. Where I want to be is science. But in the long run, fortunately for me, I pushed myself to science 1, and alhamdulillah, and here I am. So if we need counselors, they should be able to guide these students of their career path. I think their career path should determine where they should go, not basically based it only on your exam results. I think that would really help. So all schools should try to. What is your thought about that?
Yeah, I wanted to add that. I think that's important. And again, I want to use this platform to say thank you to Musa Kamara, because making that single decision of taking me out of Nusrat, for me, was the best decision that he had made for me. Because I believe that, and then my case was even different, because it was not a pass that I got. I think I might have had C4 in maths, if I can remember, and maybe either a B2 or I don't know 3 or B3 in sciences. So when you put those things together, it's either a 6 or 7. I can't remember at this point. So I believe that children, like you rightly said, should be given the opportunity to study what they want to study based on what they want to become. And then I agree with Musa's stand at the time that science is going to offer you numerous opportunities to different career paths. And I think of all of the things that I think I've become growing up, probably that was the best foundation, because I have gotten a good foundation to all the science subjects. I've also gotten a good foundation, in English and so many these things. But I think most importantly, what I took away from the science class was the ability to work extremely hard. That hard work stays with me up to date. And I know that nobody is going to hand over anything to you until you work hard for it. And sciences gave me that discipline, that hard work. So I believe that schools really should graduate from doing that to students. Because assuming that Musa had not made that decision for me or helped me transition, to a different school where I could become what I've become today, maybe I'll do somewhere else. I don't know where that will be. It could be greater than where I am, but I really do think that students will be given the opportunity to choose,
Yes,
not only based on result.
and this will definitely affect policy for people that are governing the educational sector or the education department or ministry. We need psychologists or sociologists or career trained career professionals to help students in their career decisions. I think that is quite important, and that's what I want to highlight. And here today to remind our listeners, our followers, that this is the G Voices, and I'm here with Omar Sise. Yes, Omar, you have gone through. I kind of see a leadership in you, the way you transition from primary, junior, and secondary school. Do you have passion for leadership? Because it seems like it's part of this in this journey for now, and we will explore after high school.
Yes, I do. I think for me, my definition of leadership is responsibility. And then, if I can remind you, I've told you earlier that I have to grow up earlier to take care of my younger siblings. Though my mom and dad were present, but there were things that they needed that I have to step up as the big brother to help them do that. So that responsibility never left me, and I've carried that all throughout my journey to all of the schools, and probably those were the I think the qualities that the teachers or my colleagues saw that pushed me to get all of the leadership positions. I think I need to say this. Junior school, when they advertised for us to become head boy, I did not want to go in for it because one, I believe that I can't speak. My English was bad, and so many. I think it all boiled down to the fact that I did not have a high self-esteem, really.
Yeah.
So the teachers believing in me, thinking that I can do this, asked me to run, despite the fact that I didn't know a lot of students, and my colleagues actually do. For about 5 or 6 people that ran for that position, I came second and ended up becoming the assistant head boy. It was a big deal for me at that time because I think it was my first shot at leadership that was gotten in a democratic process. So yeah, leadership is big for me, and I think it is responsibility as well.
All right, that's nice. Yes, and now here comes the University of the Gambia, which I must also admit that that was where we met for the first time. And yes, we went through the program together, and we graduated together. So kind of this interview is a little bit tough because it's like somebody try to interview them. It's not an easy thing. So yes, let's come to the University of the Gambia. How was it like for you? And was it a dream come true? Or did you enroll to the program that you really wanted? Like what happened to you when you want to go to Nusrat? And yeah, how was it? Was it fun?
To start with, UTG was such a vibe. Oh my goodness.
Yes, you'll explain.
I mean, I think everybody that knew me in UTG and everybody that I know, you will agree it was such a fun. I mean, I had a blast in UTG. I learned in UTG. I ran for positions that I have gotten. I lost elections in UTG. I mean, I have made friends in UTG. I've made connections that are still valuable to me. So UTG for me gave me everything, and I had experienced almost everything in UTG. So yeah, I think it was a great place for me. For the choice of program, I think initially I wanted to study medicine, and rightly so. I had the grades to do that. But then when I had that conversation with my guidance at the time, he suggested that maybe I should do nursing because medicine was such a long route. I should do nursing, and then when I do nursing and see whether I'm even going to like the medical field itself. So at the end of studying nursing, if I like the medical field, I can proceed to go and study medicine. It's going to be a shorter route because I've already had a previous degree. So that's I think what landed me to study nursing. But I must say that in my application, I wrote medicine for nursing first and medicine as a second choice. And I think for the interview panel, that was such a weird choice to see, also knowing that I think I've gotten the I don't think, I know I have gotten the qualification for both medicine and nursing. So why wouldn't you go for medicine instead of nursing? So, and I think this was even a question that the panelists actually threw at me because it was unconventional, unusual for a lot of people to do that. But I have to justify why I needed to do that and why I agree with that decision. So yeah, nursing was amazing. I think I'm a great nurse. If you know me as a nurse, also comment in the comment section.
Yes,
so, yeah.
I agree. I, here again, the issue of career counseling comes in. Choosing a program is a choice, but in Gambia, because of lack of it, or if there is any that I am aware of during those days, people have this misnomer that if you have a better grade, it's better to do medicine than nursing. That is the parallel here, and I think that is a wrong perception. It is a choice. People have passion for everything, and I think yes, this part of it we will dilate it further someday and sometime, that the education system need to have in our system. Yes, and yes, you need thank you very much. We must send those flowers to the UTG for preparing the foundation for us to be the way we are today. We are grateful, and thanks to the School of Medicine and especially the Department of Nursing. Wonderful lecturers, wonderful things. I can remember. So we all go together. We rock it. Yeah, fond memories.
Absolutely.
We rock
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
And our fellow classmates were also fantastic. Still we rocking. Kudos to everybody wherever you may be. Hopefully you will one day see this episode online and you can follow. Yes. Then after UTG, yes, you really have fun. Of course, you have responsibilities. You know what you want, and now you graduate. Was it difficult to get into your career after completing the UTG?
Okay, I think interestingly, currently yes, for current graduates, because I'm aware of the realities. But for me, interestingly, by the time we finished, there were already plans to start an internship. And a lot of people, or I think almost all of us, were placed in different hospitals to intern for 6 months, I think. And by the end of the 6 months, almost everybody became a staff of the hospital where they have been sent to. Though there were complexities at the time because there were conversations about whether we are supposed to receive anything as interns,
yes,
or whether we even deserve to receive anything as an intern.
Yes.
But thankfully, I think shout out to Margaret, the former CNO, she stood by us.
Chief Nursing Officer.
Yeah.
The Gambia, yes.
So she called the hospital. She did her best to ensure that the hospitals can give us something as transport refunds during that 6 months. And eventually we all became staff. And that's the hospital where I've worked at until I left Gambia to come and pursue my master's in Sweden. There I worked as a registered nurse, at the outpatient department as the head of outpatient. But prior to that, I worked at the neonatal unit as a neonatal nurse, and eventually became the public relations officer of the hospital, entirely a different part. But I think that's one of the accolades I need to give to UTG, because UTG gave me so many platforms that prepared me for a day like that.
Yeah. So thank you very much. And what do you do for fun in your working career? Let's say at the hospital, because it seems to be a very busy place, and your network in the hospital maybe will be only healthcare workers or so. But again, in those environment, what was fun for you at Bundu Maternal?
I think you're actually one of them. You remember our breakfast dates where I will come to your office, let's go and get breakfast and all of that.
Agree.
So that really helps me unwind from a lot of stress. But also beyond that, I have the amazing Omar Jam Jallo, Mutlamin Manjang, and I think so many good people at the time that I worked with, and these are friends up to date. We not just at workplace, come together during our breaks or even after work. We go out together at the beach, at the restaurants, and all of that. We have all of the conversations that you will expect from a friend. So it was like that. That's what I usually do.
Yes, and I will explore further because in a hospital setting in Gambia, the workload is overwhelming and, in other words, very stressful, and even probably the environment. How do you manage stress in those circumstances, Omar?
Let me say this. I think I was very intentional of being more than a nurse. I need to put that out there. Because for me, I think I have figured it out a little bit early that I need to do more, and I should be more, and I can be more. So hospital for me was a responsibility at a scheduled time, and I need to deliver that responsibility and move out of that environment and become what Omar wants to be, or what Omar should be. So because during that period when I was working as a nurse, it was almost the same period that I was building Catch Them Young Gambia, an organization I co-founded with the amazing Aissatou Jallo, shout out IJ. We were building that organization, and then we were also doing the famous Kids Got Talent Gambia, which requires a lot of preparation, a lot of work, a lot of lobbying, and all of that. So for me, hospital, like I said, was a responsibility. After that responsibility, I am out. So managing stress there, it was dealing with stress on time, like on a scheduled time. After that, I unwind with my friends because at Catch Them Young, we are all friends technically. So we work together. So I always look forward to meeting those individuals and hanging out. We go to the restaurants, to the beaches, and all of that. So, but importantly, at workplace as well, I had people like you, I had people like Manjang, where we can talk about, and Omar Jallo, of course, where we can talk about so many things. And yeah, it helped us move through the difficulties or the challenges that we face at the time.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Omar. And, Omar, this is a very good experience, and I hope people will learn from it. And it is hopefully going to motivate others that if you are in any form being challenged or overwhelmed, know that it's not only you alone. People also persevere along those things, and today here we are reaping the fruits of that. And yes, after Gambia, now you travel to Sweden. How was it like? How did you came to Sweden, or how did you come to Sweden?
Again, Omar Jallo, thank you. Thank you for giving me the link that brought me to Sweden.
Lot of gratitudes here.
So I just like that's why again, Jibril, let me say this. People should be very intentional about the friends that they keep. If your friend is not sharing the opportunities that can change your life, if they are not creating spaces where you both can grow, if they are not having those very important conversations with you that benefits you, them, and the entire society, you need to change your circle. So Omar Jallo, I don't know wherever he might have seen the Swedish Institute scholarship link. I was in my, I think, we were out working, and then during the break, as usual, he told me, did you hear about this scholarship and all of that? Because Omar was that individual that is very meticulous, and then he knew what all of us wanted, and he was bringing it. So I told him, scholarship, I might not even have it. He's like, how will you know if you don't try? And because there was a payment for application fee, and that was a lot of money for someone that probably that just wanted to go and chill and all of that. So, but he encouraged me, so I applied. I did not get at the first attempt. So, second attempt, the same Omar Jallo came back, and he was telling me, you are not the only one. I also did. I did not get it. So let's do it again. So we did it again. I did not have. Both of us did not get the scholarship, but he was lucky to have the scholarship elsewhere, and then he came to Sweden. And then when he came to Sweden, he came with obviously you at the same time. And at the time, I was spending a lot of time with Jibril. probably we go to work together, we close together. So we spend like, I think about 12, 13 or 14 hours together every single day. So when he also got the scholarship, he left. And it was in the same period where some of my friends like Omar Gay, Hussein Gay, so many other people left. So I decided to say that, okay, I think this is the time to start taking these things very seriously, because I also need to go and develop my career. Not because I was jealous that my friends left, but I felt that if it is possible for them, then it is also possible for you, because it is an example of what is possible for me. I saw my friends as an example of what is possible for me. So I started obviously seeking guidance the third time from you, from Omar, but I also put a lot of work to read about every single school that I needed to read about. Everything about the scholarship I read. So at the end of the day, long story short, I applied. I was selected as one of the
scholarship
awardees from the Gambia, and I think part of the 245 Swedish Institute scholars from across the world. So it was, I was blown away. It was a period where I was excited, I was anxious, I was afraid, because I'm coming to a country that I don't know. I'm living the life that I know all throughout my life. I'm leaving behind my friends, I'm leaving behind a business that both of us struggle to build, and so many things. So it was a period of mixed feeling, but I'm grateful. I'm still here.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
And thank you very much for those who are joining us now. This is the G Voices, and I'm Jibril Fatih here with Omar Sise. Yes, Omar mentioned, yes, we had a business in Gambia. We call it Jibomas. It's a restaurant and a catering services that we offer. Yeah, that story will come one day.
Definitely will bring
Yes,
it.
yes.
I mean, be glued to this
Yes.
podcast or channel, because we are going to gist you about our journey to entrepreneurship as friends,
Absolutely.
our experience as entrepreneur, and our eventual fall down.
Absolutely.
So, stay here.
Absolutely. I wouldn't call it fall down, but again, that's Omar's words for
Okay,
you.
what led to our business
To be where it is
to
now.
where it is now? So
Yes.
we will gist you. Just trust us.
Yes, and thank you very much for that, Omar. And now you are here in Sweden. What was your first impression, Omar, when you first arrived here?
Okay, when I think the first day after the airport,
Yes.
the cold was mind blowing. Not because I didn't know it was cold, because you in particular kept telling me it's a cold country. I think if I remember, you even told me to bring a jacket along.
Yeah.
And then, but I had thought that you were over exaggerating it, and I brought a jacket, but it was a light jacket. And when I was picked up from the airport, we had to enter the train. A bus to the train station to my university. I struggled. But also another thing that took me by surprise, not because Sweden isn't a great country, but because I didn't know so much about Sweden before coming, was how clean the country was. It was so clean. I couldn't see trash thrown on the or trash that had been lying on the streets and all of that. That took me by surprise, because I had maybe assumed that there wouldn't be so much difference from where I was coming, but how wrong was I? I was so wrong.
Yes, everyone has their own story that surprised them. Yeah, so you will get a lot of that here on the G Voices. Yes, and yes, those are surprises. And was it fun for you?
I wouldn't say fun at the time of arrival, because one, I am not 100% sure what this country has for me. And like I said, I am leaving everything that I have known for over 20 years behind me, coming to a new space where I need to, start trying to learn. I just don't know what to expect.
Wow.
Really.
Wow. Okay. That's nice, and to hear, or maybe that's fun to hear. Yes, and since you have experienced Sweden now? You've been here for 3 years, I believe. And what do you like about this country, if there is any?
Okay, before I tell you what I like about this country, I remember the day I came. Did you remember when you picked me up from the train station?
Yes, I fully
And then
remember
I
that day.
came home, I had cow food with, I don't know, chere. Mandinkas will say futo.
Yeah.
So that was an amazing meal. Shout out of Arsedi for
Yes.
cooking that. And also you and Ibrahim for picking me. I think when you guys picked me up, you gave me almost a start
Yeah.
to a life here that had been fulfilling. You also gave me a start to what would have been very difficult for any new migrant in any country. You provide all of my my jacket, shoes, bed, literally everything that I need. Jibril and Ibrahim and Fatsedi put it together. So thank you. Maybe I've never said thank you before, but thank you.
That's typically
So
typically Gambian.
yeah,
Yes.
I think coming back to your question, Sweden is amazing. I love the work-life balance in Sweden. I've also loved how big and they are on family. How parents, both parents are involved in terms of taking care of your family. But I think one of the things that I find very fascinating about Sweden is how equal the society is. Everybody, no matter what part of the pyramid you are going to get the basic needs that are required for survival. So Sweden is also really, really big on gender equality. In Gambia, I'm a feminist, and I'm not really, I'm not
Sorry.
shy to say that I'm a feminist, because I believe that feminism is about equal opportunity for men and women. And if you want to see how feminism is practiced in real life, Sweden is one of those countries you should visit. There is no limit to a woman's dream in this country. There is no limit to what a woman can do, and there is no limit to what you can become. So that also I find really fascinating, especially coming from an environment where people, you can't even say you are a feminist, you have been brutalized for it, and you've been called names for it, because people have a different definition of what feminism is, or they understand feminism to be about war against men, not really about equal opportunity for both sexes, regardless of your religious belief, socioeconomic status, wherever you are coming from, who is even your father, or what kind of surname, or who is your mother, or what kind of family you really come from. So yeah, I think those things really fascinate me about Sweden. But I must also say that Sweden is such a cold country. So I know anybody can get used to anything. So definitely I have not gotten used to the cold, but I have developed mechanisms to cope with it. So, and I think anybody can.
Yes, and I must emphasize that Sweden, they are among the countries that are fighting for equality, not even equity, and that's for that reason. There is no title here, doctor, professor, minister, no. So you don't recognize people based on their titles. They are fighting for equality. I think they have done a lot in terms of human rights. And as Omar said, it's a family-friendly country. If you have the opportunity to visit Sweden, yes, I must say. And yes, there will be another program about Sweden someday. And
A lot of programs are coming on your way.
Yes.
This is just a start. We'll have a lot of conversations on this channel.
Yes.
So stay glued.
Yes. For that part of Sweden, it's a good side. But is there any challenges? Because the way you put it, about Sweden, I think people might understood it as if there is no challenge here.
Obviously, there is no single country on earth without a challenge or without its own challenges. Sweden does. And I think for me, at least speaking from my own experience, this might not reflect anyone else's experience, but I'm just saying part of mine. I will keep the rest for another episode. So I really think that the integration a bit not being able to speak Swedish is such a big disadvantage if you are internationally trained. Because I mean, a lot of jobs will ask for Swedish as the requirement or as part of the key requirement. So that makes it really difficult for you to find a job, or even find a job that you feel is very fulfilling, or maybe you might have feel that that job meets your expectations as an individual. So I think for me that is one of the biggest challenges non-Swedish speakers like me faces in Sweden, or others might say no to it, or they have a different perspective. But I really think that that's one of the biggest challenges.
Yes, we coming to the end of interview, maybe in the next few minutes, and yeah, I am here with Omar Sise on G Voices today, this snowy day in north of Sweden. Yes, Omar, now you are in Sweden for 4 years, and yeah. So my next question would be, it's not always nice and jolly, as you said. There are challenges, and as human, we encounter so many of them. And my question to you now, knowing Omar, maybe professionally, and we are also very close, we are friends. I would like somebody who do not know Omar. What makes you happy? What makes Omar happy?
All right. I'm correcting you. I've been here for 3 years. He's
Yes.
been here for 4 years.
Yes.
So, so he's
Yes.
actually
Yes.
passing his experience to
I
me.
know,
So, but
I
I've been
know.
here for 3 years.
Yeah.
I think for me, and I mean this with all good intention. One of the things that really makes me happy is to see the people that I consider friends winning in life. And this is important to me because I feel like for a lot of my friends, we have a journey together. I have seen the downfall, not the downfall. I've seen the struggles. I have seen the challenges, and seeing them win now makes me extremely happy. I think that's one thing. But also another thing is family. I think I'm a huge lover of family. Seeing my family in a good condition and seeing them happy, seeing that they've acquired the most basic things that I can we can afford for each other, also really makes me happy. But I also think that achieving my goals, because I'm such a go-getter, I it's difficult for me to stop. And when I hear people say that sometimes you need to stop, I keep asking, when do you know that you have to stop? So when I accomplish any goal or any milestone, I feel happy, and I think it's even part of my routine to award myself with something anytime I've achieved anything that is great. If there's any, I mean, I have a lot of things in my wish list that I want to get for myself. Anytime I've achieved anything big or any milestone that I think worth recognition, I get one of those things for myself. Just to, just a way of self-recognition for the hard work, dedication, and efforts you put into achieving that. So it varies, but I mean, different things at different times. But I mean everything that I've said.
Wow, wow, wow. That is very powerful. Friends, family, and goal makes Omar a very happy person. And with this, we end the conversation today, and it continues. And we thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting us. And Omar, I would like you to say your final few words for today.
All right, I mean, thank you, my dear brother and friend, for having me here. And thank you for this platform, because I feel that this is needed in the world. We need to have spaces where people can come and consume fresh information that gives that makes them or that reminds them that their difficulties today is not the end of the world, but there is a journey ahead of them. So creating a platform like this where people can take inspiration, they can get happy, as that is important to this platform. But most importantly, they can come and see examples that they can look up to and say that if this is possible for this guy, it's also possible for me. So I think representation is such a great thing, and you are providing that in this platform. So thank you for that. I mean, it's such an honor to be here, and I will definitely be back.
Thank you very much, and bye from us.
Bye.